Good morning and good afternoon, boomers. It's the voice of the blockchain here, Satoshi's big cousin, cryptography's finest champagne crypto. Thanks for tuning in. Bitcoin crypto bears, are they back in control? We're seeing some dippage. An attack here on the left flank. We lost some support there and still looking strong, but definitely under attack. We're going to talk about the prices. Are the bears back in control? We'll run through some signals that I'm coming across here via some articles. Make sure you're touching the buttons. Like, subscribe, post notification, ding, ding. Stay tuned into the good ones, to that daily bread that we spread here daily. Boom, boom, boom. Shout out to the boomers. Drop a comment. Let me know if you 10-4 Roger that. Read me. I'm getting nothing but green, green, green on my side as far as the connection, but red, red, red as far as the market. There is some blood on the field, red on the streets. A little pressure there on the fiat markets yesterday. It seems like they're leveling off today. Bitcoin under pressure today, although the future still looks strong for Bitcoin. And you know how I'm feeling nowadays. It seems to me like the futures are driving the actual market. In some cases. So we'll be talking about that and give a macro perspective of what could be going on. Shout out to the concurrent viewers there in the population. Shout out to everybody following me on DLive. I did a things that make you go live stream yesterday. The replay is still up. And shout out to everybody that participated. And like I've been saying, with these recent YouTube censorship, these bans, these shadow bans, it's important for all content creators and listeners to go to a new venue and start trying things out, whether it be DLive, whether it be library, credits, BitChute, Minds, whatever it may be. Just, experiment with alternatives. So big shout out to everybody that's been following me there on DLive. You could check out our replay. Actually, we did an interesting stream, an occultism and the law of the sea versus the law of the land. We shared some Jordan Maxwell videos, maritime admiral law, and there's some things that make you go with the occultism and the terms and conditions out there. Very, very interesting info. I encourage you to go over there at dlive.tv/champagne crypto to the replay tab, and it'll be up for a few days. So make sure you catch that strong champagne that we're pouring out there. It's a little stronger than most are willing to handle. I'll tell you some strong champagne we're pouring. Shout out to the boomer. Shout out to Jojo Wade. Shout out to Brave Browser, giving me now ads for razors. I'm telling you guys, I'm getting Amazon ads. I'm getting Best Buy ads. I'm getting Razer ads. I'm even getting ads for swimsuits. And every time I click on one of these ads, I'm getting a bat or three or more, or some sort of battage. Those BAT basic attention tokens. And I encourage you guys to go ahead and download it because it's free. It's not free. It's the actual browser is free, but it's an easy way to earn crypto. Shout out to Thai City Sketchy Pump, even more confirmed. It looks like, the market makers are back in action, and we're seeing some pressure towards 9,000 now, currently 9,305. Let me share my screen. You can see we've sent, this is the 5-day. What is it? The 5-day chart? Let me see. Make sure. Yeah, this is the 5-day chart. So, for a while we were trading sideways. We had a little pump there, and it was a fake out move. We touched, it seems like just above 10,000 before things started going downwards. So, pay attention, stay focused out there. Is this an opportunity? You know how I feel. I'm, anything below 10,000, I think the blood is worth maybe taking a stab, a dollar cost averaging when you see, -3%, -4%. Again, this is my opinion. I'm not your crypto daddy. You got to make your own decisions out there. Shout out to Thai City, Jojo Wave, the rest of the pumpers there in the population of the chat box. Bitcoin currently under pressure. We'll see if the bears take back control. I'm not even that concerned. Am I surprised that the price is at this right now? I thought that we had stronger support at 95, but again, these market makers could take it up, could take it down, and I expect there to be some peaks and valleys, some dips, dives, and slides as we approach this halvening. Overall, the trend, I think, is still positive. So if we pull out and we look at the year-to-date trend, it's still northwards, guys. So, the year-to-date trends, it goes up, it goes down, it goes up, it goes down. So, but northward is where it's heading. So I can expect maybe things to pull back to 9, maybe even below 9 before they go maybe rising back again. I don't think that we're going to approach this halvening at in the $8,000 range. This happening, in my opinion, again, this is my opinion. I could be wrong. The happening will still, even though it may be somewhat priced in, the happening will still take us at least to around 10K. So, sentiment seems bearish. Great time to DCA. I agree. Seems bearish just for the moment. But when you look at this, this is year to date. This is just since the new year. Is this really a bearish chart? If you didn't know what was going on in crypto and someone just showed you this chart, and you ask, oh, so how's Bitcoin doing this year? And you just show them this chart, you'd be like, well, look, it's looking pretty good. It's looking pretty good. So I wouldn't be concerned. Can it go lower? Absolutely. I think the possibility is there. I'm not surprised that's even at the price that it is now. But let's see if we can do what we plan to do here, guys, this year, which is conquer $10,000 by military force here with Bitcoin. I want to see the price of Bitcoin finally stay above 10K, if not permanently, for at least 6 months, because it's something that we still haven't done. I mean, I've heard these price predictions from McAfee, from the other, the Lees, and I mean, I've heard from the Buter, and I've heard all these types of predictions by crypto influencers, their brothers, their cousins, their mom. I've heard, everything from 25K to 2 million. And I'll tell you, before I see any of those numbers, let's just conquer 10K. No one's even talking about that. I don't even understand why these crypto influencers are not even talking about just staying above 10K. I'm not understanding why these crypto influencers are not calling out the lack of fungibility in Bitcoin. And they're not really calling out Monero as a superior coin. So, it seems to me, guys, like, Bitcoin ain't really what people think it should be, That's Monero. What, people are treating Bitcoin now, it's basically like a stock. They up and down, but you don't go to the store and buy Snickers with Bitcoin. And I don't see that happening in the future anyway. And that's what it is. But, the summary here is that I think it's still going to go up. So, treat it as such. Shout out to Jojo Tai and the rest of the boomers, guys. Drop me a comment, 10-4 Roger that. Looks like the crypto bears could be back in control. I still doubt it. I'm going to be honest with you. Unless we dip under, like 8,000, I really doubt it. Even if we go to like 88, 86, I still don't think the bears are completely in control. Now, for the very short term, the bears are in control for the 24-hour period, obviously, but a macro perspective, even midterm perspective, is still looking healthy in my personal opinion. Kaboom. So, never mind the bears, and consider the blood. Consider DCAing into the blood, is what I would say. Let's look at the traditional markets and let's look at the technicals after we check out the entire crypto market, run down the prices, look how healthy the mathematics are today. Checking CoinMarketCap, let me hit refresh, make sure we're up to date with the latest information here. 268 looking slimmer. Remember we topped off 300 at just a few weeks ago. Bitcoin dominance has slightly increased, but not too much. 63.6, 36. It always, notice that when it starts, something happens, it's either 66, 36. It's weird to me. I don't know if it's just a coincidence, but those numbers seem to stand out. Bitcoin currently at 93.49. Ether at 249, down 6.66%. There it goes again, guys. Ripple at 25 cents. Bitcoin Cash at 350. SV at 257. Litecoin at 70. EOS at 4. Binance at 220, Tezos 275, Cardano at 5, Monero at 76, Stellar at 6, Tron at 1, and Chainlink moving down. Chainlink's down 10%. And this is something, as much as I like Chainlink, this is something I said, when it was pumping, everybody, Chainlink, and I like it. But the reason I didn't go back into it, it's because it was already at an all-time high. It just recently hit its all-time high. And while the potential for going even higher is certainly there, I'm not gambling on that right now. That's the bottom line. And I still think it's a pretty solid coin and has a good community. RSI showing a slightly oversold market, giving the recent price action. I wouldn't be surprised to see the technicals call for a strong sell. Yeah, we're gonna check them out. We're gonna check out what the technicals are looking at. And, I'm not married to the technicals, but I'll take a peek. Because, we got to stay tuned in and informed to all the info out there that could possibly impact us. So let me go ahead and Actually, pull that up on you boomers, on you boomers out there. Pulling up TradingView. TradingView is excellent. It has all the tools, but sometimes it's like a little busy. If you ask me, how would they improve the UI? I have no idea because there's so many things that you could do. Let me pull up the. Already I got the full featured chart. Let me pull up the technicals here for Bitcoin, and there they are. Let's look at the technicals and see if Jojo is onto something here. So right now we're seeing a sell. So you're right. Giving the RSI and some other techs, we're under pressure right now. So within the 24-hour period, there's still a strong possibility of us going down. Is the bears in control? I wouldn't say so, but definitely for the 1 day. Let's look at the 1 week projections out here. 1 week projections are still very healthy. You can see a strong buy on the moving averages. So this is what we're experiencing. It could be a 24-hour, 48-hour dip. And look at the 1 month, certainly still looking strong. So I mean, I'm not at all concerned out here, boomers. Let's look at the futures, because this how what I've been saying too is that I feel like not only here in the crypto markets, but also in the fiat markets, it seems to me like the futures somehow do the traditional markets follow the derivatives or vice versa? Because I know it's supposed to be that the futures reflect the actual market, but I don't know. Let's go into the futures market. So let's check out all the futures market here. And, this is after yesterday with some pressure. And if you ask me, this is what people are betting on for the future. So, in a way, it's kind of telling where the big money expect things to go in the long run. So, this is the bets on the future. Let's look at the ratings and see what the technicals are saying. See who's rated as a strong sell. The euro, dollar, the silver. Shout out to my precious metal maniacs. Gold. They're all looking strong right now, as there's some uncertainty with some other stocks and bonds. Palladium is looking like a buy, according to these techs here. Even rice, lumber, and if you keep scrolling, even this morning, the Bitcoin futures were listed here, but it seems like that has since changed to sell. So there you go. This is after it probably dropped under 9,400. Even Hogs futures are up. So let's see how this all turns out. So, it's interesting. I was expecting for Bitcoin to be on the buy list because it was earlier this morning. But I think after we've dropped under 96, that technical may have switched. Now, strong sell. You'll see what strong sells then. Soybean futures. That could be due to pressure in China. Corn. New York Harbor futures, natural gas. These are all labeled as strong sell. And, not that I'm crazy about the traditional markets, but I'm going to pay attention to them a little bit more. I'm trying to learn a little bit more about it because I think, everything, the currencies, the markets, they all somehow overlap in one way or the other. Shout out to Treese. I see you out there, Big Treese. Jojo Wave, Thai City, and the rest of the boomers. Guys, did any of you, I don't know if anybody here in the box, maybe Jojo, did you guys catch yesterday's stream over there on D-Live? The champagne was being poured very hard out there. Some strong shots of champagne. Occultism and the law of the sea versus the law of the land. Admiral Maritime Law. We shared some information from Jordan Maxwell, throwback from Conspiracy Con, like 02, 04. And, we discussed it. We gave some reactions. And, check out that stream. We're pouring the champagne, okay? We're pouring the champagne, and it's potent. It's potent. So get your daily bread out there, guys. Shout out to the concurrent viewers. Back in control. Are the bears back in control? Certainly it seems that way for the short term, which is for the day. But the 1 week, they're not in control, not even for the 1 week. Let's go back here to the Bitcoin charts. For the crypto overview. And again, guys, this is an alternative to Coin Market to look at the crypto overview here on TradingView, because you can see the performance, the oscillators, and follow the trends right here as if it were, Coin Market Cap. And also, you can see, click on the performance and see the monthly, 3-month, 6 months right there. So like, year to date, let's say year to date performers, it's like to see who the top coins are. Things like Presearch, Kick, Zap, O-Chain, Bitcoin X has, these are little baby coins. But look at this, guys. Kyber Network. I was talking about this one yesterday. Kyber Network is a DEX exchange on Ether that I may want to get into on our community portfolio. Shout out to Lady Plants, Revolutionist. Jojo Wave says, I need to rewatch the D live stream. Only caught the first few minutes. Yeah, check it out. It's not that long. It's probably like 30 minutes, and you can watch it on 1.5x or 2x. And I certainly do that for most of the content that I consume on YouTube. 1.5, 2x. And there goes BlockFi hitting me up with the ads all day long. BlockFi's going hard with the ads. I'm not going to give him my crypto though. Forget about that. I'll keep holding the bags. Just bought more Cardano, says Rev. There you go. We already said the hi. So Lady Plants is here too. Okay, guys. Rev, go check out the D live stream. It's right up the alley of what we were talking about with the maritime law of the land, law of the sea. I came across a video being by Jordan Maxwell. He's pouring strong champagne. Check out Occultism, Law of the Land versus Law of the Sea over there on D Live. You can catch it on the replay tab. It'll be up for about 3 days. It's about a half an hour stream. I know Lady Plants was out there. And does D Live allow you to increase the video speed? Yeah. I don't know if they allow you on the app, but definitely on the desktop you can. Definitely on the desktop you can. I'm not sure if you could do it on the app. You probably can. I'm not sure. Now, one thing with the app that I must admit, once you're watching a replay, you can't even surf on D Live while you watch the replay, which kind of is unattractive. But that's what it is, guys. You definitely check that one out, though, Rev. I think you would be interested with that. In addition to that other video I linked you to with Crow 777, but this one's shorter, more concise, and I think harder hitting. Let's check out this article I came across there on News BTC. It says the last time this signal appeared, Bitcoin surged, and it just happened again. Bulls can't seem to catch a break. This is written by Nick Chong on News BTC. Hopefully it's not one of these Fiverr articles. Let me this is this is somewhat related. I was on surfing through Reddit the other day on, I think, on one of those subreddit, like a freelance subreddit. I don't know. There was a post by a kid. I think he was like 15, 16, bragging about how he gets business online freelancing. And someone asked him in the questions, oh, how did you get started? And his answer is like, when I was about 13 or 14, I started writing for a crypto site. And it all made sense to me. And again, he didn't admit, obviously the advice that he was giving is like, don't tell him your age and don't tell him what you don't know, and how to get basically freelance business. But he said he started he was probably writing for one of these smaller outfits, which is funny because how I'm always suspect about some of the articles written on. It seems like they're mostly formulated for quantity over quality and to drive traffic via the title. So let's get to this article, and hopefully that's not the case. The last 3 times this signal appeared, Bitcoin surged. It just happened again, by Nick Chong over here on News BTC. It says bulls can't seem to catch a break. Bitcoin once again continued to trend lower on Tuesday, falling from 9,500 to the current price of 93.18. But Bitcoin could see a bounce. The key signals breaking of the lower Bollinger Band on the daily chart of Bitcoin, specifically on Coinbase. The Bollinger excuse me if I'm mispronouncing that, as described by Investopedia, is technical analysis tool defined by a set of lines plotted 2 standard deviations away from a simple moving average. As Big Cheds, a popular crypto trader, recently remarked, Bitcoin just breached the lower band for the first time in 2020. This is relevant. Was the 3 previous cases of the happening? This is relevant. Was the 3? See, this is already written wrong. This may be a 13-year-old. In December, a drop below the technical level when Bitcoin fell to 6,400 led to an immediate bounce the next day to 7,000. And in October, a brief close under this level was followed by the infamous China pump that took Bitcoin from 10,000 to 10,000 from 7,300. Okay, so according to the Bollinger, we're about to pump. So there's also a chart from Nunya Business, which shows Bitcoin's price action on a weekly basis over the past 4 years. It suggests Bitcoin has been trading in a clear logarithmic uptrend the entire time, with the asset bouncing off the support depicted on at least 7 separate occasions. History repeating, we'll see Bitcoin bounce at the uptrend, which is currently around 88 to 9,000. So basically, we may go as low as 88 to 9,000 before we bounce back. I think that's sounds about right. I didn't get to that conclusion using Bollinger Bands, all that, but it seems like there is some southward pressure right now. We could drop to closer around 9,000, maybe even in the $8,000 range before we start going back up. I think the overall trend is positive, but for the short term, there's still going to be a little pressure. Okay, so I mean, have we reached the bottom? I don't know. It could be 93, it could be 9, it could be 88. I mean, even if it goes as 86, I'm still not concerned. I would expect a bounce back sooner than later. A Cardano prediction for Cardano in the coming year. In 2022 to 3, says Rev, and 2021 7 to 13, and after 2025 30 plus. Just his personal predictions due to Cardano's tech and code. We know Rev is strongly vested in. He's got a big stake over there in Cardano, so we're hoping it does well. We got to get to all-time highs. We got to listen. What I would say, I would give a similar critique to Cardano that I would have Bitcoin. Cardano needs to stay above 50 cents for the majority of the year before it reaches $2 or $3. Just like Bitcoin needs to stay above $10,000 before we start talking about, all-time highs. So, while they sound definitely attractive, I'm not trying to pay attention to wild predictions. Anything above all-time highs, I'm not paying attention to right now in any coin, especially even my not my favorite, but the one I'm holding the most, which is Bitcoin. Jojo says, when would Shelly be released? Never. It certainly seems like that way for some people, but I think that it will be. I'm going to be honest with you. I think eventually will roll out some sort of working product. I think that they're going to see something. Now, what price it'll go to, I don't know. Now, all that being said, there is a huge difference between the all-time high and its current price when we're speaking about Cardano. The all-time high for Cardano is above $1, and its current price is like 6 cents. So even if, there's a rumor that they're about to do something, the price could go up easily. So, I mean, what? Scratch that. It needs to conquer 25 cents before it even conquers 50 cents. So I want to see Cardano stay above 25 cents, which even if it does that, it'd be a 4x from what it is now. So, let's see. So here's the Coinbase charts. Looking, a little bearish, I must admit. But, are the bears completely in control? Perhaps for the short term, for the 24-hour period. But we even see most technicals are pointing towards a trend northwards as we approach this Bitcoin halving. Be honest with you guys. Now, what's going to happen after the halving? Let's see. I think we're going to go into new waters. I have no idea. We could see pumps. We could see dumps. But let's see. Let's see how this all plays out. What's going to be the next event that people really anticipate after that? What's going to drive interest in Bitcoin? It may, the attention may go into another coin. That's why I think that maybe Ether's time may be after Bitcoin shines. Ether, as much as it has trouble upgrading, I mean, it's actually running. So, and it has more people working on that chain than any other chain, is my understanding. Cardano has some of the Ethereum projects ready to jump ship. Yeah, I mean, I've heard that about EOS too, and I've heard that about Tron. Again, I know you're vested, Revy, but we gotta wait and be patient with all these things, including Bitcoin. I don't want to get too excited about all-time highs with any coin. Cardano, Bitcoin, with any coin. These coins need to conquer much lower targets before we even get excited and get an erection over a $2 Cardano or even a $1 Cardano. I don't see that happening until they actually have a working product. Now, even with Bitcoin, I don't see an all-time high happening. Even with this halvening, I'm hearing $100,000 Bitcoin coming soon. I don't believe that either. Again, I want to see it stay above 10,000 for the majority of the year. And even if it does that, it would be a heck of a hodl compared to where it started at in 2019. You've earned over 3,000 Cardano from staking from the testnet, and it works great. Yeah, but that's all a simulation. It's just a simulation. You've earned just simulated coins. It's monopoly money until it actually becomes real money. And like I said, I still think that they're going to deliver at some point. But I understand the frustration, and me certainly, I'm not going to be waiting around hodling on the train. I understand why you are. You're in so deep. There's no reason to jump off the ship now. But for me, I'm not waiting around. Definitely. That being said, I'm not as doomish as some others are about ADA. Shout out to the 18 concurrent viewers. Make sure you download the Brave browser, guys. Earn some BAT tokens. You can also tip the champ via the browser if you're getting value from the stream. Make sure that you go to dlive.tv/champagne crypto and follow me there, just in case we get permanently censored here. We're seeing that other crypto influencers are getting censored. Luckily, it's not the champ during this round, but we could wake up tomorrow or later this afternoon. At any moment, they could pull the plug. Okay, and because of that, make sure you follow me on alternative platforms, whether it be Steam and specifically DLive. And to encourage you, there is a stream that's not on YouTube that we did just yesterday: Occultism, the Law of the Land versus the Law of the Sea, and that's what's going on. Champ, are you into Atom? 10% looks attractive. No, I'm not into Atom, but I've heard about it as an alternative to Cardano that's actually working, and that's all I've really heard. But yeah, as far as staking on some of these DApp platforms, I don't know. The thing is like, look, for instance, like Cardano, like in a position like Rev, he's been accumulating at 50 cents, 40 cents, 30 cents, but then the price keeps going down. So it doesn't matter if you stake 3,000 tokens. If you got in at 20 cents and now it's at 6 cents, that I'm not, and that's the same reason. Okay. I'm not even trying to pick on Cardano. It's the same reason that I'm not trying to, get 32 ETH, in anticipation for ETH POS, because, the price had gone down of ETH compared to Bitcoin. So while you're waiting around or trying to stake these coins, they may just keep going down compared to Bitcoin. So my strategy, and it's proven correctly up until now. Now, what may happen in the future, I don't know. But up until now, my strategy's been better than hodling Cardano or Atom or ETH or anything like that. And, that's quantifiably provable up until now. Now, that may change, and I understand that, I've always said it, guys, get a Bitcoin, throw it under the pillow. Compare it to all these other coins. There's like the only coins that have outperformed Bitcoin out of the 3,000 of them, are like Binance, Chainlink, Tezos. And, that's like trying to find a needle in the haystack when you compare them to even 200 coins. And there's over like 3,000 at this point. So instead of trying to, chase or find the unicorn, I just hodl the bits. But when you're in a position like Rev or someone else that, it's all in on a coin, then it's like you're in too deep. I wouldn't dump at 6 cents if I picked up coins at 30 or 40 cents. And I strongly believe that it's going to actually take off. So, I mean, I understand Rev's position. I wouldn't dump on, I would actually keep just hodling and keep going if I was Rev at this point. But that being said, Rev, still get a Bitcoin, throw it under your pillow just for the champ. It has nothing to do with Cardano, just for the crypto purposes. Shout out to JoJo Revolutionist and Lady Plants out there. I got the young gunner. He's ready to go. I took him to the farm early today. We were out in the farm fields. It has like strawberry fields and stuff. The little guy was going wild. We got some strawberries. Look, we got some fruits and vegetables. Well, all the meat we eat, we still eat plants. I'm not mad at the plant eaters, guys. But as I said before, I try to stay away from the main cities, guys. I drive the other way. I try to go to the farms. Trying to get organic food, trying to stay healthy out here on them, guys. And keep the children away from the TV and the electronics as much as possible. I mean, they still watch Mickey Mouse, but not all day long, guys. I'll take a few more comments and questions. I'm going to fire this one down early. The Bears are here temporarily, but I'm not even mad. Did I link the News BTC article in there? Yeah, I did. Check that one out. Check out the technicals on TradingView and expect pressure. Like that article says, I agree with this article. I shared it. I shared the link there in the chat box. It may drop down to 88, 9,000 before it springs back. Hopefully not that low, but, be prepared is what I'm saying. Be prepared. Trace Mayer was shilling Mimblewimble coin at the unconfiscatable conference. Is it worth a look? I don't know who Trace Mayer is, but Mimblewimble coin, we've talked about it here. It's definitely worth a look. I think that the protocol seems attractive. It promises privacy and confidentiality. I don't know how it compares to Monero when it comes to that, but it's definitely something I've talked about before. Mimblewimble coin uses the Mimblewimble protocol. Other coins use the Mimblewimble protocol, including Grin and Beam. And out of those three coins, Mimblewimble coin, Grin, and Beam, the one that would be most attractive to me to look at would be Beam, because it doesn't have an inflationary model. I don't know about Mimblewimble coin. I know that was an airdrop to Bitcoin holders. Other than that, I would look at it. I wouldn't jump in it. Like, it's an airdrop. Think about it. You can go buy an airdrop. I don't know. But is it worth a look? Maybe. Yeah, I like what the protocol promises, but I'm not a tech, guys. They say, verify and all this. The truth is, most people can't verify crypto because they're not programmers, and they don't understand the tech. It's like you need some programming language, and like I don't know. Like, do you really know how Bitcoin works? Like, I understand the idea, but I'm not the miner. I don't understand the code, the algorithm. It's that's the truth. And everybody, it's so verifiable. Like, have you verified it? Like, you're putting something into the blockchain, is giving you an answer, and it somewhat checks out. But like, can you reconstruct the blockchain on your own? Like, you really can't. So it's a whole nother theory I'm having. It's like the hype with crypto being like so much superior to fiat. I'm starting to believe in it less and less. Be honest with you. But either way, I'm not doom and glooming. I think this thing is still poised to go up. Been in Atom for about 6 months, and the staking is great, says Marlon. And shout out to Marlon. He was one of the first that brought me to the attention, to Atom's attention, or vice versa. It brought me to give attention to Atom. That's better said, as an alternative to, as a functioning alternative to Cardano. But it seems to me, out of all these coins that are, decentralized platforms, like smart contract platforms, the Ether competitors, it seems to me like the one that has been most popular for staking as of late is Tezos, because you could do it on Coinbase, and I'm not leaving coins on Coinbase, but whatever. It seems like some people are. Queen says, Champ, who woke up the bears? It looks like the market makers did. Maybe some of these exchanges, they're pulling the plugs. Guys, don't, again, we know there's funny money out here, guys. These guys can swing it left. They can swing it right. They go long, they go short, and they're making money on the swings. I mean, all they got to do is swing it from, 10.5 to 9,000 to 88 and back up, and they can make money all day. That's why, I just DCA into the dips. Marlon's using the Cosmos Station wallet. Okay. You could download it to your phone. Okay. Yeah, Cosmos has been presented as an alternative to Cardano that's functioning. It's in the top 10, right? Top 20, excuse me, right? Atom? Or where is it now? At one point, it was in the top 20. 22. Right next to Crypto.com coin. I like that one. I think it's a fake out too, Treese. I think that's what it is. Doesn't really matter if it goes up, even if it goes down to 8K. I agree. Yeah, and Derek's saying a healthy mini correction. I agree too. It's gonna happen. It's gonna go up. It's gonna go down. Sell tips by dips. Booming. You got it. I like that. Sell the tips by the dips. That's a good one. I like that one, Treese. And I agree with Derek. So the Bears are in control for a short period, but we looked at the technicals and we gave our personal opinion out here. And I think that it's only for about maybe 24, 48 hours. The 1 week projection, the Bulls are still in control. When you stake with Huobi Pool, they have some of the highest staking rewards. Okay. And my gripe with Huobi, you got to go VPN on them. They're kind of, hating on American web traffic, and that's probably why I haven't added them to my portfolio. Just now, CDC warns Americans to prepare for disruption and closures due to the spread. Stocks, crypto, gold, USA, all red. No fear, folks. Live your life, kaboom. There you go. Currency knows the deal. I'm not, we talked about that yesterday, the fear porn and stuff about the corona, guys. Nobody, let me drop a bomb first of all. And thank you, Currency. Nobody, knows anybody that has anything to do with the coronavirus. It's all on TV, guys. Nobody knows somebody else. It's not even a friend of a friend. So stop it. I'm not going to even cover that today. But yeah, thanks for reminding us. Just no fear, live your life, and keep kabooming. That's right. And take advantage of the opportunities. When people are acting like idiots and freaking out, what is it that Buffett says? Something about, you make you can make wealth when people are in fear. You need to be greedy where people are scared, and scared where people are greedy. Something like that, right? Yeah, big shout out to Currency. Thank you so much, Currency. He always comes by, drops me $10 and bounces. Guys, follow his channel. I know he's a believer as well, and definitely positive energy all day long to Currency. Thank you, Currency. Shout out to Jojo, Marlon, Currency, Treese, Derek, McLean, and the rest of the pumpers. I was wrapping it up. Just keep it a little shorter than usual. Well, I mean, we're about usual stream now at 40 minutes. I want to keep it more 20, 30 minutes. And I told you guys yesterday that if I go over 20 minutes to tell me to go to D Live, but nobody reminded me that. Whatever. At least we did some D Live content yesterday. Maybe I'll fire it back up today. And again, go check out that content that we posted there on D Live. Occultism and the law of the sea versus the law of the land. Admiral Maritime Law. Some strong champagne by Jordan Maxwell and our reactions. On that note, guys, stay strong out there. Put some weight on the bar. I'll be back on the gym tomorrow. I'm already back. I mean, I'm going to the therapist gym, but I'm already back. I'm doing basically all the exercises. What I got to do is get back onto the squats again. I just took a major break because of this recovery. But I got big plans for 2020, even by the summer, to get back to exactly where I was at. And hopefully the second half of the year, I could go and hit all-time highs as far as I'm trying to all-time high for me. YouTube chat is always lit. I appreciate that, Derek. And you know what? The D-Live chat is lit too, because you can share the memes and stuff too. I mean, here we get 17 viewers, so we have more viewers, sometimes 20, 30 viewers here. And yesterday we had like 9, 12, or 13. So, I mean, we have a little less there, but, you know how I feel. It's nice to do something outside of YouTube because, YouTube, it's not going to be forever. YouTube's not our friend. Do you think Bitcoin forks will have some sort of novelty value in the future? Okay. I feel like most people didn't care enough to claim their fork, so their circulating supply is low. I've thought about that, Jojo. And I've even said this. It's like even Bitcoin, if it doesn't work out and it all dies and it's all doom and gloom for Bitcoin, I think it'll still have a value novelty-wise. And that's the worst case scenario. Like, let's say this is all a scam and it doesn't work and, the doom and gloom, like the worst case scenario that the doomers always talk about. Even with that, I still think that it will be a novelty. Now, as far as the other coins, maybe to a certain extent, maybe like 20, 30 years from now, it's like, oh, you got a rare Bitcoin SV coin, even though it was like Funny Bunny, it's like you still got one. It's kind of like having a trading card with an error on it or something like that. So yeah, maybe. And especially with the coins that are not fungible, because each coin is unique, So, definitely these coins are marked. So a certain extent, yeah, I think you may be right, like as a collector, of sorts. And I know that, they do like collecting coins with the crypto kitties and stuff like that on some of the Ether chains. I've actually just looked at Bitcoin mining stocks. Yeah, I'm not fond of that, I would rather just buy the Bitcoin directly. It's kind of like, like we all experimented with that. I think at one point, like the cloud mining, and it really didn't work out. I don't see it work out. And it's like you're trying to get Bitcoin, so just buy it. Instead of like spending your money so that it can mine it and like have somebody else tax you to do it. It's just too many hoops. You're just what is it you're trying to achieve by mining Bitcoin, getting Bitcoin? For that, just go ahead and buy it. It could probably be easier. So think about this. Imagine the past like year or two, you would have spent all your money on mining Bitcoin instead of just buying it. You see what I'm saying? And it just goes up. So, I mean, I haven't done like a cost benefit analysis, but it's something to consider. I don't want any mining stocks of Bitcoin, me personally. I just want Bitcoin. I'll take a few more comments and questions and then tune it down. Thanks again to Currency 365 dropped me $10. Go follow Currency. He's dropping videos hardcore. Currency. I know you're on Patreon. I don't know if he's still listening, but I know you're on Patreon. Are you on any other decentralized platform? Because we need to make sure that we move our audience to other platforms. There, Queens just dropped me $2. Thank you, Queens. Champ, your channel's the best. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I try to make it as raw as possible, guys. I'm not out here writing scripts. I'm not here, trying to shill anything in particular. Other than the Brave browser, I'll be honest. I shill the Brave browser because it's safe, it's easy. I don't see anything bad about it. I use it every day. I'm like, well, I'm shilling the Brave browser for $5. I throw my hand up. I'll admit it. But other than that, guys, I really don't have. The $1 trillion man Dan Penna said live on TV that if people knew who was behind Bitcoin, they would all run in fear to sell it. You know what I've been saying, Rev? Satoshi Santa Claus. I've been saying stuff like that. I've definitely been weary about the origins. Like no like publicly traded mining companies with an actual stock ticker symbol. But yeah, I understand, champ. I just want to look at their financial statements. Yeah, it's all good. Definitely do the knowledge. You just bring something up, and I'm gonna just give you my raw opinion. Like, I'm not trying to beat around the bush or like make you feel good or bad. Like, you say something, I'm gonna say what's on my mind too. But like, I'm not telling you not to look at it. Definitely look at the statements and always gain some knowledge. You never know. Maybe you don't get into it, but you can get some insight by looking into it. You never know. Marlon says, be careful staking Atom, though, as it forces you to hodl staked coins. Your coins will be locked for 30 days. Okay, yeah. So there's some sort of a lockup. I know that's the case with, like Steam. You power up your coins or you start staking them. There's a period before you can get them all back. And that may be good or may be bad, depending on how you look at it. Something that, you got to consider, though. Last I heard, though, Steam was trying to get everybody to agree on a shorter period for the power down. Derek says most of them are losing money as far as these mining companies, which was interesting. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. It's like, you could spend all your money with the electricity, with the equipment, and you consider, I don't know if you've been around since we were talking about Bitmain and all that, but Bitmain, which is the number one producer of ASIC hardware, computer hardware to mine Bitcoin, they're always releasing a new, better, more improved, faster machine, like with every 3 to 4 months. So they're selling you the machine that they stopped using. So they always got a better machine than you. So it's kind of like you're always running behind if you're trying to keep up with the mining thing, So, in my opinion, instead of spending all the money on the hardware, on the electricity and all that, just buy the Bitcoin directly and just hold it. And you're already in possession of Bitcoin. But it's definitely an interesting model, though, to look at. And, if you find anything interesting, drop it here and I'll pay attention. Shout out to Derek, Marlon, Rev. Queens, thank you so much, Queens. Let me drop a bomb for Queens. Nice that you're tuned in live. How's that job treating you, Queens? How's the job treating you? You got a new job. Shout out to Rafter, man. He's not here today, but he told me he's been driving, so he's on and off. Listening to the replays. Jojo Wave, ding ding, kaboom! Thank you, Jojo. Jojo just dropped me $2. Thank you so much, Jojo. Thank you, Queens Races. Thank you, Currency. My day one crypto bros. Catching my back. I appreciate it. A couple bucks here, a couple bucks there. It helps out. Why not? It's not going to pay the rent, but it's definitely going to help. I appreciate it so much. Kaboom. Where's my thumbnail? There it is. Are the Bears back in control? Only for a short period of time. I'm going to show you the technicals one more time. Before I get up out of here, just so that you guys can check it out. For anybody just tuning in, let me pull up my screen again. I'm back here on TradingView. Pull up these Bitcoin techs one last time if you didn't catch them. Bearish for the 1 day, but for the 1 week and the 1 month, certainly bullish. And I'll show you that right now if you want to take a sneak peek. And I'll link to you guys the actual page where you can see these technicals, because it's hard to get to. I must admit, it takes me a while every time to actually find it. So here's the page. I'm linking it in the population of the chat box. Boom. All right. And you could see the projection for the 1 day based on the technicals. The summary saying sell. So, the bears are in control for the 1 day. Oscillators reading sell. Moving averages reading sell. You can see which exact technicals, the relative strength index, all the informations are right here. You can click on them. I just linked it right there. But when you click on the projections for the 1 week, you can see that it switches up to something that seems a lot more bullish. Buy on the oscillator summary, and the moving averages are all mostly reading a strong buy. There's 11 technical indicators that are reading strong buy. So even 1 week is looking good. So, if you're planning to hodl for a week, it still looks good here. And again, these are technical analysis from TradingView. And then the 1 month looks strong as well, but the oscillators are neutral, but it's still strong. Jojo Wave says he's using the Atomic Wallet to stake his Atom. Didn't mention the 30-day lock, but thanks for the heads up. Yeah, thanks. And yeah, big shout out to Marlon. He covers a lot of things and pays attention to things that I don't. And I know he talks a lot here in the box. And whether you like it or not, you know, a lot of the stuff he's saying, you know, should be looked into here or there. Some of the stuff I'm not looking into, but some of the stuff, you know, like this lockup for 30 days, stuff like that, I don't know because I'm not handling those coins. So thank you, Marlon. I appreciate you, man. On that note, I'm out of here, guys. Thank you so much to JoJo, to Currency, to who else? To Queens, and all the pumpers that showed love today, guys. Go ahead to DLive and catch that live stream if you want some strong champagne. You know, things that make you go, it's over here, and it'll be up for the next few days. And you know, catch it because those things they're like Instagram stories. They end up deleting. They have an expiration date. So keep your eyes focused over there. Just pay attention. On that note, I'm out of here, guys. Stay strong, put weight on the bar, and have an excellent day. It's the voice of the blockchain here, Satoshi's biggest cousin, cryptography's finest, your favorite YouTuber's favorite YouTuber, your favorite DLiver's favorite live streamer, Champagne. Thanks for tuning in.